Well, you
That's terrible, by the way.
You son of a bitch.
I was waiting like a nuclear operator in an Armageddon bunker, ready to press the button. You know.
God.
Oh, Pete. Honestly, Pete, I think I was just saying to Dakota we should do the YMCA, right? I'll dress up, Dakota will dress up. Pete, you need to join us. We need to dress up. Dots, you should dress up too. YMCA. I could see you now, Pete. I could see the new standing in the farm, dressed as that.
Is this why you've been single for so long?
What? Pete?
Hey, if that's what you're into, Chris, just live your life.
There's nothing wrong with. I'll tell you something.
There's nothing wrong with that kind of lifestyle. If that's how you want to be, then just be it. It's the 2020s.
Emerald Dale's Paranormal. There's Emerald Dale's Paranormal in this room. You should see what they've got planned for this week coming, guys. Go out and check their channel out. They're going to be doing Leap Castle and all round. So remember, go and check out Emerald Dale's Paranormal. There you go. Put my name back to where it was. See?
Hey, I didn't do anything. What are you talking about?
Yeah, man. I can see you. Hey, Jenny says I look like Elton John. I think
Jenny's fucking blind as a bat.
I'll tell you something new. Dots was saying that I look like Simple Jack.
Simple Jack, I can see. Elton John.
No, what I was saying is right. I was talking about my beard, right? Yes, I've got a beard. Everybody in the fucking village seems to notice I've got a beard. Not that they've got anything else to talk about, but I've got a beard. But anyway, I was talking about is it the handlebar one, and that's what brought on the YMCA.
I don't know
young
how
man,
the fuck
I
we
can
got
see
to that.
you
But
there.
hey,
I said, young man.
If that's what you're into, Chris, it's perfectly okay.
I can see you there.
Embrace
Come on, everybody.
Who you are, man.
YMCA. Come on. At the YMCA. Wow. Hey, Lawrence. I think I look lovely with this one. My head looks like it's rather big, like, you know what I mean? 100%
like you got a blonde
knob. Jenny, actually, if you're in the room, Jenny, spied a spiritual encounter the other night on the Paranormal Uncut. She's seen Nobby. Where did you go?
The fuck just
what
happened
there?
That's the second time it's happened now.
And then it's the end. It's the apocalypse. Everybody, the YMCA.
Of course, you would want to go out and sing in the YMCA.
I know. If the world's going to end in a spectacular explosion,
I know you're all worried about the world's going to end, civil war in the U.S.
The world's going to end.
You want to go out having a good time. That's okay.
Honestly, I tell you something now. Simple Jack. How's it? I'm simple Jack. Well, I watched much of Tropic Thunder last
night. The voice. You already sound like him on your day to day.
I don't sound anything like Simple Jack. I'll have you.
Yeah, you
Jenny,
fucking do.
Yum. It's Nobby. Everybody, show Nobby. Can you bring Nobby up?
Actually, I already have the photo I sent you when that glitch happened.
That was to show everybody else. Jenny, avert your eyes. Control your urges. It's Nobby. I think when Dakota was designing the background, I think he was doing something in the shadows. That's what I'm going to say.
There's an awful lot of hair at the tip.
I know. It's not.
I mean, God.
I think I need to get a Gillette razor on that one.
I was like, but dear God, it must have been European, and if it got caught like that.
I know. Honestly, I mean, I think it's. Honestly, I think it's. I think you need to get a Gillette razor on there, man.
Here's what I want to know. How the fuck did this glitch even happen in the first place?
Well, I was sitting with Louise and Jenny was trying to get her microphone to work for some weird reason. I don't know what was wrong, right? And then all of a sudden she came in, we could hear her for a split second, and then all of a sudden it kicked us totally out. I logged back in and there was nothing there. There was obviously the show for Saturday night, Ken Leonard Law, and that was it. And I thought, that was better, so I logged back out again. And I went and joined Jenny's live on StreamYard. and it was fine. And then you sent me that picture of somebody sitting there. So Nobby was using my account.
I know, it was weird. You started blowing up my phone as I was out of
I didn't
town
blow your phone, I
taking
just
care of
sent you a
some errands.
message. It's not as
No,
if I
no,
sent
you
it
were
there.
you
Read
were
silence.
you were blowing up my phone worse than some women I know, man. God.
You've got extraterrestrial women out there, you know.
Yeah,
Maybe
I got women on and off
that's
world.
maybe why it's get here. It's too close to the radiation in the spaceships.
They tended to go Brazilian, but
Well, I think you're
I
need to
don't
have a
know.
wee
I just
shave.
came in to try to figure out what the fuck was going on. But by the way, which YouTube channel were you saying the video got taken down?
I went to Ghost Squad Scotland, and it came up with a black screen, and it said in big white letters, "The owner of this video has removed it. 019666565 on a dash."
The owner
And
of
then when it
this.
went back in again, it was gone.
That's fucking weird. Because that's why I was deeking around on your account when I got in, because I was trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
When I was talking to Jenny before the live, I had a quick look through my account too on the old iPhone and I couldn't. Don't know
You
why it
would
was.
think Jenny would realize that it was something suspicious when the person that was trolling you could actually spell.
But see, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I wonder what that was, but who? But the question was, even if I had to leave, like I'm about to the now, right? Like, say for instance, I had to turn my camera off, right? Say I turned my camera off the now, it would come up with this icon in the middle, right? If I was still connected, okay. So I wasn't there, so it was like I was there. So where? What the in God's name? Where was I?
That's a very good question, because I honestly came in. I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on. I saw your name pop up. I was like, all right, maybe he came in, tried to tell me what was going on, figured that out. Then I go to bring you up. I hit click on show on screen, and it just brings up the little text box. It's like, that is fucking
it
weird.
shouldn't do that. It shouldn't do that. Because if my camera wasn't working, this is what you should have got. That's right what I'm doing right now. I'm telling you, there's ghosts in the machine. And what is it? Mike, the Naked Bigfoot, would talk about that. Ghosts in the machine. Oh, Dakota's been took, ladies and gentlemen. Is everybody is Dakota froze for you guys? Because he's for no, he's been took. Nobby gum, Jenny, Nobby gum. He's been took. The fan, I was going to say the fan. Can I join the night, guys? What's going on? See what I mean, guys? We're having nothing but problems this weather.
That was weird.
Nobby got you. Nobby.
Oh, am I gonna have to start making T-shirts with that?
I think you should. Oh, Christ, there's Drew and Christ. What pish are we going to be talking about tonight? We're talking about you, Drew, tonight. We're talking about how an annoying pain in the ass you are.
Yeah, you definitely can't tell you two are brothers.
Well, listen, I had to share a room with him for many years, and it was, I'll tell you something now, I'd rather share it with a rage-invested orangutan or something like that, you know? It's got to blow my nose.
You're going to do what to an orangutan? You know that's how STDs got started, right? They're fairly certain STDs got started because of people trying to do whatever you're talking about to orangutans. God, and that's why he's got to blow real hard.
What was that? What was that woman in Johnny Depp, the one in the court, where she turned up the hangman, kidding on she was
Amber
blonde?
Heard?
Yeah. Amber Heard died.
Yeah, she was definitely sneaking something. She was sneaking something.
Because she was.
And a woman of her mental capacity should not be messing around with heavy narcotics.
Yeah. But it make you wonder how something like that would begin. Obviously, the monkeys in the jungle and stuff, and the gorillas and stuff like that. Did you see that? It's actually quite interesting you bring that up. Did you see that article about how they've witnessed the monkeys in the jungle starting to use tools?
Monkeys have been
making their
using
own
tools for quite some time.
No, but what I'm trying to say is they've witnessed.
Basically
It's,
they fully believe that chimpanzees have started to enter their own version of the Stone Age.
yeah, so give them
They
another
even started
10,000
showing
years.
religious behavior.
See, that's quite interesting, that, because we can how intelligent they are.
It's like, oh yeah, they are very intelligent animals. I mean, orangutans, they're some of the hardest animals to keep in the zoo because they keep figuring out how to escape.
See, that's you ever been to one of the drive-through zoos?
Once, yeah.
You ever notice that something goes missing from every car?
Yeah.
As you drive through it, I think they're actually secretly somewhere taking all that stuff back and building their own castles that can escape.
It wouldn't be surprising.
I'm sorry, guys. I've went mad tonight. I'm just in the chat there. Scottish Outlooker, 2 wee monkeys have escaped the zoo here in Scotland. It was on the news earlier. In Scotland, can you imagine what's going to happen to them when they make it to Glasgow and they make it to the Gorbals?
Yeah, those poor monkeys are going to get molested.
I don't think they will really notice it, but it'll be like what do you call it? It'll be like, what's that film with the dinosaurs and it's an island? Which maybe it's an old one. Dad, what do you call it? Jurassic Park.
I was about to say Jurassic Park.
I'm getting dementia, guys. I'm getting dementia. A safari park. What's that? Whole of time the gorilla knew the sign language. That's exactly. That's right, Emerald Isles. That's true about the sign language. That's amazing.
Yeah, Coco.
That. And then there was also that. What was it? Was it an orangutan that was in the film Any Which Way But Loose with Clint Eastwood?
I believe it was.
Yeah, there was an orangutan because it was quite intelligent.
They are. They're actually well known for sneaking keys away from zookeepers in order to let themselves out of their enclosures.
See, that's like Elon Musk. I mean, this was a paranormal and UFO show and that, but getting into the monkeys here, you know. But Elon Musk wants to, implant a chip in one of them, didn't it?
So he already did.
Aye, but I know he did. But what I'm trying to say is that kind of, I mean, that's how fucking, what you call it? That's how Planet of the Apes all started and all that kind of shit, man.
Yeah, no, Planet of the Apes. He already had. Yeah, he was testing Neuralink in a bunch of macaws, and one of them actually had some severe reactions. Had to be put down.
That's terrible. I can see how it's a good
going
thing
into violent convulsions. It was having brain swelling.
See, what I'm going to say here, right? It might sound bad, right? See if you're paralyzed, right, and you can't move, and you've got a brain implant where you can maybe speak through computers and stuff like that, and maybe use like I don't know, a wheelchair that's electric or something. That's a good idea, but what's going to end up happening is everybody's going to end up getting this. So as they can interlink their minds and something stupid like that. You can sit in a car and drive a car just by sitting there. Okay, I mean, it's
we're all going to start looking like the humans out of WALL-E.
Well, that
everything was so automated for so long. They just kept getting fat, and their bone structures, they would not even be able to walk because they've been so lazy. Their bones are completely disconnected. Not be able to support anything.
So I'm just reading, oh God, Jenny, Emerald Isles, paranormal researchers.
What, is she cranky when her blood sugar goes low?
I don't know what she's reading. I'm trying to read it up the top. I have not ate yet. You need to get yourself something to nibble. You need to have something to nibble. What?
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes. What's that?
Planet of the Apes. In the future, we will not spank the monkey at the monkeys. Those are called furries, Pete.
Pete's got a terrible mind. Pete, you need to get your own X-rated YouTube channel. What's that Jenny said there?
Oh, thank you, Rose.
Animals have a lot more intelligence than humans. Crows and jackdaws, rats, the intelligence is, but that's very true. It's very true, isn't it?
Yeah, very true.
You ever seen a raven? I ken somebody that trained a raven, and it was they can speak. They can actually speak.
Crows can speak too.
Yeah,
they can parrot. Yeah, why do you think everybody was freaking out a couple years back when there was that crow that was saying the hanged man's coming? But think about it, ravens, Norse mythology. You're talking about Odin. We got Ragnarok on the way.
Man, the world is messed up. The world is totally, absolutely, completely.
Yeah, no, you were going on saying that the U.S. is going to go into civil war because
I wasn't saying it was going into civil war. I was asking.
Yeah, you fucking word! Don't you lie.
I was asking your opinion because it is getting quite serious now because they are moving military equipment and stuff, which is interesting.
Here's the thing. All the states that are siding with Texas are the ones that are pro-gun. They're the ones. Here in Idaho is one of the ones siding with Texas. Of course, we always try to follow fucking Texas for some ungodly reason. But yeah, all the states that are siding with Texas to try to stop this immigration situation.
Don't you worry.
They're the ones that prefer to use their guns.
If there's a civil war, you could get a job as the drummer boy.
No, like we discussed, because of my medical history, I would have to be the one but to stand behind with all the housewives.
So, gentlemen that's watching this that might get called up that live in Idaho State, you know that this young man here will be let loose with your wives. Don't worry, he's ready to go multiple ones up in space. Yeah, be fine. You know, the Intergalactic Federation's ready getting a divorce film, you know, all that kind of. So, Dakota, what's the latest on the UFO news now? I've not been watching it much yet, but what is in disclosure and stuff like? Because I've not heard anything about it.
Well, the latest bit of news is stuff coming out of Uri Geller.
Oh God, I've seen that.
I know, for fuck's sake. I was like, wasn't he debunked years ago that he was falsifying his psychic shit? Why are we trusting him now?
I'm going to say this, right? See that bending the spoons, right? There's Drew in the chat. But anyway, see what you call it, bending the spoons, right? That's actually been proven how to do that. You ever seen that? Is it the Amazing Randy? You kind of who I'm talking about?
James Randi, yeah. He's the one that debunked him.
You want to watch that, guys. There's all clips of it. This old guy. He's dead now, but he was an amazing guy, and he used to debunk folk like psychics and all that kind of other kind of stuff. And he debunked how he was doing it with the spoons, right?
Yeah, he also debunked how he was trying to. He would have someone draw pictures on a piece of paper, and he would try to copy what it was. Nobody ever thought to pay attention to the fact that he always have people draw in wide circles. And yes, people know how the hell he did it, Drew. He's been debunked for years. So why the fuck are we listening to what he's saying about the ETs right now?
Look, I seen him on TikTok, right? And he was talking about a UFO, but it was a CGI UFO. You could clearly see it was a CGI UFO. I mean, it was really bad CGI UFO that you could tell was used like really, really cheap 90s CGI equipment. I just don't know, honestly.
I mean, granted, yes, he did know a lot of people. He did know Werner von Braun, and maybe they showed him shit. Nevertheless, maybe they did. But if that's the case, then the U.S. government has always been full of fucking jokes.
I've heard tales about folks' watches and stuff working again and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it's true, maybe it's no. But look, he's a performer, right? And I honestly, I don't believe the guy. I think he's a fake. I think he's 100% fake.
And if he's telling the truth, because it's Skinny Bob footage, right?
I've heard about it. I've not seen it.
It shows a little alien that is kind of interacting. You see a bunch of people off screen, kind of doing measurements. He's saying that he's seen beings like that, several of them, but not exactly like it, but ones who were recovered in crashes and they were pretty well destroyed.
What we'll have to look at here is with Uri Geller is the same. I know he's famous, right? But I think he's a bit of an idiot, and it's true what Pete says there. He's full of shit. He is, and the reason I say that is because you get the fakers and the paranormal that fake the paranormal, the fake the ghost stuff, right? And there's people out there that don't think that there is fakers in the UFO community, but there there's a lot of fakers in the UFO community, and I can't believe the amount of idiots out there that are falling for this CGI shit.
Mm-hmm. And not even good shit.
I know. I mean, I've seen some really good stuff. I've seen
I've
really
seen some
good
better
CGI
CGI out of most of these videos out of 90s movies.
Aye.
Early 2000s Pixar.
Aye. But there's people falling. There's people falling. I seen one the other night on TikTok, and it was a ghost walking through a wall. It was the most terriblest one I've ever seen in my entire life. And then I seen a UFO one, and I don't know. This is what gives the paranormal a bad name: is fakers. Yeah, I mean, it takes the slightest thing, like throwing a stone or doing anything in the paranormal to fake it. It's a joke.
Because people, like we've talked about before, people want to believe in the fantastical. There's this Dungeons and Dragons mentality that just because they believe something to be real, it just means it is. No, that fucks everything up that we're trying to do. They're trying to figure out what the hell's actually happening.
Yeah. People, I have met people and they think that the paranormal's fully like fairies and goblins and all these things, like you say, out of Dungeons and Dragons, and they think it's like a mystical thing and all that kind of stuff. We don't really know what's out there, right? Fairies and goblins, they probably do exist, right? I mean, if you listen to like Mike's stuff and all that, how he talks about the little people and stuff like that, right? And but you need to be very careful if you're watching this now. You need to be very careful. You don't go looking for these things, because some of these things are not as nice as they're made out to be. What was that one that Mike had to get rid of, and it was in the house? Mine did a video on it. It was one of the first videos he did, Pete. What was that? It was it used mirrors to travel. It was was it the Goblin House? Was it the Goblin House, Pete? I forgot, man. It'll be typing away.
I know which one you're talking about. And there are several beings that are known to use mirrors.
Yeah, it'll tell us in a minute. But see things like that, people will think, oh, that's so mystical. I want to go and try and contact one of them. No, don't. A lot of bullshit. What's that? Witches to bless when it be. Good one, Pete. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Look, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of fake stuff out there. But I'm going to say this: there's a lot of good ghost hunting teams out there, and there's a lot of good UFO people out there. But it's always them that don't get the views. It's always the folk that fake stuff.
I know, which always blows my mind, because a lot of those people, the genuine ones, if you actually look carefully, the stuff that they're doing, the stuff they put out, actually has the most backing to support this stuff is real. I'm not saying this stuff isn't real, and we bouncing back to Gary Geller. Maybe he's telling the truth that he actually got to see those things. You have friends enough of it in high places, they'll be more than happy to show you the shit.
That's
fetches. I knew it.
Thank you, Pete. Damn, I remember that. They were fetches. I have scars on my arms and back from that one. Aye.
Yeah. You get nasty.
I watched your dad's video on that, and then one night I was sitting talking to him on Twitter, and he was telling us all about it. He told us stuff that obviously didn't talk about, and that was terrifying to think that there are things lurking about in the darkness.
Because you also got to be careful about how much you actually put out of the genuine stuff, because people can psych themselves out to the point. Either you have a psychosomatic effect to where they're essentially manifesting, for lack of a better word, these anomalies, or some beings are that much of an asshole to realize, this person's easy prey.
Yeah. As soon as they realize if you're an easy subject or not, as soon as they realize that they can latch onto you and you take you somewhere. I mean, a fetch. Obviously you have to use like trap a fetch and a mirror, don't you?
Yep.
To get rid of it, right? So it makes you wonder. So just think of it in this sense. Imagine going to an antique shop and think, oh, look at that lovely mirror there hanging up. I think I'll take that home to my house, and then all hell breaks loose. it's a very scary thing, guys, and you need to be very, very careful what's out there.
I've
If you
always
go out
wanted
there,
to go to a
if you go,
secondhand shop and have the employees freak out about something. It's like, I'll take it off your hands.
I would say that go to reputable YouTube channels. Don't go to see the big YouTube channels out there that every single show of the day there's a ghost or there's a cup floating in front of somebody and all that. It's fake, right? We ken that. I'm not saying that there isn't poltergeist activity and stuff like that, but you want to go to reputable ones. See, Emerald Isles Paranormal's actually going away this week, coming back to Leap Castle. But you want to go
Yeah,
there,
you were
didn't you,
saying that.
Dakota? And Redwood Castle too, I think. So remember and check them out, guys. But you want to see places like that. I mean, Leap Castle. Can you imagine being in there, Dakota? Can you imagine how exciting that is?
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Was that one's dad named them? They got violent towards us. See, that's Pete. We need you. Come on the show one night, man. We need you. Come on.
Well,
If you want to, I can give you Dakotas. You know, you can come and work in your farm for free for a couple of months or something like that. You know, to pay it off to come on. You know.
the fuck you soliciting me for?
Oh, I'm soliciting you.
You're
You'd be wanting
soliciting
to see
me.
the Bigfoot. You'd be wanting to see the Bigfoot
I,
anyway. They might come and
I,
visit you in the night when you're in your bed or something.
I've
like that,
already
you know?
dealt with Bigfoot. I'm fine.
I
I actually go out and have to go check out this shit. Just because I'm not posting every 5 fucking seconds of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
God, some of these people are so attention deprived. They're willing to post the fact that they took a shit just to get views.
Look, I'm going to say this: YouTube is dying. Like, see YouTube. It's not as good. Everything's police now, and this is where we jump on the UFO subject now, and the conspiracy subject. How everything is just.
Oh, YouTube. Oh, I got a bone to pick with YouTube now.
Oh, why? Why is that?
Okay, going back to the Nobby incident, as you so eloquently called
Nobby.
it. No. Hey, if Jenny's that lonely, you know, there's apps for that. But so the main reason why I was asking what YouTube channel, focus, damn you. You were telling me that the video that you tried to do with Jenny got taken down.
Yeah.
That's why I was wanting to look around. Apparently, at the same time that you had all that go down, one of our backup channels had a community guideline strike.
Yeah.
And to where we can't go out live on it. I can't post to it for about a week. A little under a week now. And I'm just like, and it was because what I did is YouTube added this little feature to where you can use RSS feeds to connect podcasts to it now. So, being that it's one of our backup channels, I used it to help back up our audio. A video we had talking about the GB jab, as you call it, was the one that got flagged for medical misinformation, even though they're trying to say, according to the World Health Organization, that all the vaccines are safe. Tell me, how many investigations are open now because of the number of heart-related incidents ever since the vaccines got rolled out?
I know. That's horrendous.
It's official investigations. Why the fuck you harassing us? And why is it they're only tackling the lesser known of the channels? That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. If you wanted to start targeting people, you would target, if they had multiple channels, the one where the most views gets.
Yep. But I don't know why they do it. That's quite interesting what Emerald Isles says there about, I'll bring it up. We hear great experiences from great locations, Leap Castle and must go. We can show and let you listen, but you go to experience it and be there. Exactly. We need a Bald and Bonkers live for Leap Castle for the dungeons.
Will we actually get a decent signal from the dungeon?
I think Jenny, can you get a good signal for Leap Castle? Is there a decent signal for that location? I mean, I would love to go there. I would love to go to Leap Castle.
I know the 5G is supposed to be deep ground penetrating, but
and they are sleepwalking us into World War Football Fact, and they are sleepwalking us into World War III. I know the world's went mad. What's that for
World
Jenny
War
in the
Three. That's
chat?
the issue. A lot of people assume that World War Three is going to be a lot like the first two World Wars, where it's guns and bombs and knives. No, several intelligence operators have come out saying that World War Three is fought by proxy wars, countries getting involved in conflicts of other regions. What exactly has the United States been doing? Ukraine, Israel with Hamas. World War Three is already here. No one wants to just admit it.
Yeah. I think World War III's been here for a long time. The use of nuclear weapons, I don't think they're mad enough. Plus, I think they've all been turned off.
Because
Most
if
of
you're
them have,
just
except for
supporting other nations in their conflicts, that's just something the allied countries do. Then you won't have the people freaking out about their significant others going to war.
It was quite interesting. I was watching I was watching an interesting program the other night. It was to do with the Russians and the Americans, and the guy was sitting down with the Russian ambassador, right, in America, and he says to me, he says, "Do you honestly think that there'll be like a third world war?" And he says, "Look," in this Russian lingo, he went, "Look, it's not going to be us that causes it." He says, "It's going to be yous that cause it." He says, "We're not going to make the first step. Yous are going to do something. And I can guarantee you, we will not press any buttons." But that's the thing. You came at Putin's light. Look what he did. I mean, who do you believe? That's the thing.
That's the whole point.
The
Russians had their own propaganda against Americans. Yeah. Americans had the propaganda against the Russians. We're fighting. It's like nobody has actually gotten out of this goddamn high school clique mentality and needs to grow the fuck up.
I'm going to say to you that America and Britain and all that, we are living in a new kind of era, right? Let's face it, we're living in a new kind of era about the technology and stuff like that. We are needing to be more accepting. We are needing to be more accepting for what's happening in other parts of the world. So we're needing to end all these wars. We're needing to help these countries that we've bombed the fuck out of, basically. I'm sorry about my swearing, guys, but they have. I mean, we just need to look at the West Bank with Israel, right? We just need to look what's going on there. Yes, what happened there was, well, all that was bad, but come on, they're killing families and all that kind of stuff. They're leveling it. And I'm going to say this now. See the West Bank. There's more of that than meets the eye. Did you hear the news about the new canal that went put in?
Oh, what's that?
Right, see how you've got the canal down. Is it the Suez Canal it's called?
I believe so.
Right. Well, what they're wanting to do is there's actually plans, and go into Google and look this up, guys, where see, you've got the West Bank, you've got Jerusalem, but where the Palestinians are now, they're wanting to cut right through there so as they can put their own shipping lane in. Now, the Suez Canal up there can only take one ship at a time, like one ship, then another ship, and then another ship. They can't have them passing. Well, this new canal can take like 4 ships at a time. So it's like 2 going down and 2 coming past. So can you imagine how that would open up transportation? Just Google it. Trust me, Google it. And it shows you the canal cuts right through Gaza. So basically they're saying that once this war's out, Gaza will exist. Plus they found oil too, which is interesting.
Funny. Why does that sound so familiar? Rich people wanting to cause land development. All of a sudden, some sort of disaster turns up to eradicate what's already there. Why does that sound so familiar? Lahaina.
But here's the thing, Tay, right? Here's the thing, Tay. I mean, you would think that what happened to the Jews in World War II would have learnt them, right? Would have learnt them the mistakes of like terrible people, right? But now they're doing exactly what obviously they're not like gassing them in gas chambers, but they're killing people, they're killing women and children. Aye, there's terrorists there and they have to deal with them, right? But come on, there's no need to kill women and children.
Hamas
Right? There's no need for
launched an
that.
attack on an innocent population in order to cause fear by targeting a culturally significant event, common terrorist motive. However, the Israeli army, they have a well-known target. They're actually well known for using Palestinian children by shooting them in the eye as target practice.
I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say this, and I don't care if I get in trouble for it or no. That's why we back up to other different channels and stuff like that. That attack that happened that day in Israel, remember there was the, what do you call it, the planes, the microgliders that came across. Now, there was, I think they knew it was going to happen and they let it happen. I think they knew it was going to happen and they let it happen. Let's face it, it was the most secure country in the world, right? There was guard posts that were meant to be manned with nobody at them. And that's never happened in the history of that country. Is they've been empty at certain times.
That's the thing. Everybody wants to assume that it was some grand plan.
No.
And maybe it was. But unfortunately, in the case where, say, yeah, exactly, Israel is one of the most watched countries in the world for its religious significance. It's been like that for hundreds of thousands of years. So, who's to say somebody didn't get lazy? And they've been lazy for quite some time. Like prisoners listening in regards to going out on smoke breaks. Now listen. Like a prisoner looking to escape, watching to see when the low-staffed guards go out for a smoke break in order to make their escape.
Yeah.
This is one of those things where this type of attack needs planning. You can't just go swinging in guns blazing.
Exactly. But what I'm going to say is this, the terrorists are bad bastards, because they went to a nursery and killed loads of children. They burnt them alive and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So there's two stories to this. I think there was a wee bit. I think there was something going on. I think Israel maybe knew about it, but I don't think the Israeli military knew about it. I think they were caught off guard. I think somebody deliberately did it. So maybe in the years to come, somebody will get arrested for maybe siding with the terrorists. I don't know, but what they did to the poor children, all that was absolutely terrible.
There is a transfer process when it comes to intelligence reports, and nearly every NATO country follows a very similar procedure.
Yeah.
Where intelligence operatives, they may catch word that there's an attack, but it's up to their superiors to determine whether or not it's a credible threat. Like I said, this could very well be something where somebody legitimately screwed up.
Yeah,
screwed
that's
up
what it
big.
could be. Yeah, look, it's happened in the UK. Remember that case where the woman, I can't remember if it was a woman or a man, she worked for as MI4 or MI5 or MI6. It was one of the agencies, and she had all the secret documents in her briefcase, and she taken them out and she put them in the subway in the chair, and then forgot about them and walked away, and just left them lying there. Christ knows what happened to her now. She's probably posted it in the North Pole or something like that. But it's madness. But I just think there's more to this story. I just think there's more to this because look what happened in Hawaii, right? With all the blue roofed buildings seem to survive, whereas everything else didn't. And then you've got the Houthis, or Christ, I can't pronounce them. They're attacking the the oil ships, right? Which has got to push the price of oil up again, right? And then you've got America and you've got Britain and all its wee allies and slapdogs and stuff like that that want to invade Yemen to stop this, right? Where's this going to stop? Is it going to stop when Iran comes to the aid of Yemen, and then we invade Iran? And then when we invade Iran, and then when Russia comes to the aid of Iran, we're going to invade Russia. And then vice versa with North Korea, because let's face it, North Korea is Russia's ally. And then with China, which is Russia's ally. I'm telling you, we're in the very edge. We're on the very edge. I think there's a lot of fake news out there. What's that? The news has been proven to dishonest. We can't believe anything report. Exactly.
We can't believe why everything that's coming out when damn near every outlet is owned by the same people.
Mm-hmm.
3 financial agencies hold stock in about 90, I think it's like 90%, 97%
Mm-hmm.
of the world's industries.
Yeah.
3 agencies.
Who's that?
And they all intertrade
Who's
with
that?
each other.
Who's that? Oh, who's that? I've got a guy in my head. He's American. He's a billionaire, and he owns a lot of the news agencies in America, like CNN and all that. What's his name? Fuck. He owns a lot of and he controls a lot of the news media narrative,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what's happening. All these people that want more money, they're running the narrative. They're running what news they want to play.
Exactly.
I remember
Project
when the war first broke out. I remember when the war first broke out in Ukraine, and there was people posting things, and this was like CNN was posting like pictures, and you look at it, and you look at the picture, but then if you go and research that picture's like 6-7 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like it's the same with the old jibby thing, where it's the hospital room. And they say, "Oh, look, it's spread to Spain," and then they show you a Spanish hospital room, which is exactly the same hospital room as in France. Strangely, it's this, and it's got the exact same thing. It's got the tissue on the floor and the same box in the corner with the same.
I know, but that's the thing. Let's go back to that video, the Xenomorph thing I showed on the show a few episodes back. Even the guy who created that video, he has to come out nearly once a year because news agencies are circulating that footage without actually checking into it. It's either there's one of two things happening in that. Either it's deliberate misinformation or a bunch of fuckwads running the news. Probably both.
It's probably both. I mean, I have to laugh because in the UK we've got the glorious BBC News 24, and they've got a special program now called Verified News, right? And what you've got to laugh at if you do your research, ladies and gentlemen, is the woman that runs Verified was actually done for misinformation, for faking news years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she runs it. So it makes you wonder. Look, there's been things that they report on that's totally. There was a case here in Scotland, and it was Donald Trump, right? And it was the Scottish news. Oh, Donald Trump was booed when he got off the plane to go to his golf course, right? There was thousands and thousands protesters protesting against Donald Trump, right? So it showed you like maybe 4 folk with flags. That's what it showed you, saying Trump, go home. You're not allowed here, right? But then if you go into YouTube and look up what somebody filmed on their phone, there's like maybe 1,000 people saying "Welcome to Scotland" with Donald Trump hats on. Like, I'm not saying that Donald Trump's a nice guy or that. He could be a raving lunatic for that. We need somebody. We need somebody in. Maybe know him. That guy. What do you call it? Kennedy would make a good president.
I would love to see what would happen if Kennedy managed to get in. But that just reminds me. Let's go back to the Trump administration when he was still in office. Annual visits to the troops. All these different news agencies were trying to report that Trump wasn't doing it. He wasn't going to go see the troops, what was tradition for the president to do. Yet, a few hours later, he shows that he's arrived at the bases in the Middle East. And all these news agencies were trying to turn around. They're trying to backtrack, saying, oh, because all these news agencies were saying that he wasn't doing it, he just went ahead and flew. I'm sorry. Unless he somehow hit a major jet stream, there's no way to make that trip in a few hours on a commercial flight.
Yeah.
Hell no.
We know everything's been faked. We know it is. Don't believe anything you see. It's all the time. It's like Facebook. Facebook, if you're watching this, by the way, these are a bunch of arseholes. I was on Facebook. I actually told Jenny about this, actually. I was on Facebook maybe about a week and a half ago, and there was a video where Chinese people were torturing dogs, burning them alive. Basically, they were torturing them, right? So I reported it, and it's not went against their community guidelines. And I'm like, what? They're torturing animals. Oh, it's not going against their community guidelines. But then somebody posts a video or a picture of an alien that's instantly taken down. I mean, the ass world's messed up. It is. It's really messed up.
And unfortunately, a population that's eager to try to make themselves into something they're not, fuck things up. I mean, look at some of the stalkers we've had since we started this show.
Oh my god! Look at the problems I've had. Look at the problems I've had in my channel.
Exactly,
I mean,
exactly. And hey, I'm just saying, those people are getting to the point where we're being asked to assist in a police investigation.
I know. It's ridiculous.
No, I got the email this morning.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
What did it? You don't obviously tell too much.
I can't really tell too much, but nevertheless, some people who have caused us problems have caused other people problems, and there's been numerous reports being put out. So, doing the due diligence I have, knowing that these individuals were causing problems, I made sure to send them what I had. Whether or not it leads to something, I don't know. I did my part.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't do it. Look, there's a lot of people getting attacked. Their channels get attacked out there for the most stupidest things. Jealousy is one of them. I just don't know. Honestly, you've probably seen my wee statement that I put out in my other Ghost Squad Scotland the other day. I was very annoyed because I was dealing with stuff. I'm dealing with stuff behind the scenes and stuff like that. But I'm not dealing with it. I mean, I'm looking into it.
Anybody else just see that on Chris's camera?
What?
It was like there was a little face in the corner where your microphone stand is. It looked like a little face just popped out and popped back in the frame.
Where? Here?
Yeah, just under right where your hand is.
I think cold here for you. Strange you should say that, by the way. It's really, 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 really cold here.
I'm sorry to get off track, but I just noticed that, and y'all Dots, he apparently listened back to the timestamp, and he started to hear that what I was hearing too. So I don't know. Sometimes it pains to be the wandering mind.
What time was that? What time was that? I'm going to watch that at.
It was just after 24 minutes.
There's nothing there. I
was like, I know the only thing that would be about that size, I would imagine, would be Jessie.
No, she's no in here. She doesn't. She's doing the stairs line next to the radio. My door's shut anyway. Maybe it's Nobby.
Are you having sex with ghosts again, Chris?
Well, I'll tell you something new. See, that's something. Has that ever been actually? That's actually a good point there. Has that ever been actually recorded by like a professional paranormal investigator?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, there's actually been a movie where that was roughly based on this, but you got to remember who one of the main actors and screenwriters was for it. There have been reports as far as actual evidence of that kind of spontaneous activity. I am not aware. But I do know that Dan Aykroyd may have heard of an incident and put that as the blowjob scene in Ghostbusters.
Is that the new Ghostbusters? Is that the old Ghostbusters?
No, the original. First one.
There's a blowjob scene. I've never seen that.
The part where the pants
have you been watching something? You've never seen that? Is that like a
you have never seen the blowjob scene in Ghostbusters? The part where all of a sudden he's lying in bed and his pants are getting undone and pulled down, and all of a sudden you see
right.
What the fuck? You didn't realize what that was?
No, I didn't actually. I never really thought about that. See, there's
you're how old?
I'm 42, but that doesn't matter. But it says that there was a black thing the other night there. It makes me wonder because it might be my house guest. He hangs about. Aye, but
why is he going down that low?
Maybe he's looking for Nobby.
It's like, why is he one of the midgets that keeps biting you?
Oh, look, it's a shadow. Let's see.
I don't know.
Move
Like
about.
it looked white to me, but maybe.
It's not really happening again. You can see the, what do you call it, that reflecting onto the wall.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, there's some Facebook user. It was my bin. LOL. Whoever you are, I don't know who you are.
Who's stalking us on Facebook?
We've
And
got
which
loads of
one?
stalkers. I'm thinking it. This is what I've decided. I was actually talking to Jen. Jenny actually suggested this. We should get pictures and give them all to our fans. You know. I
You
was
know,
away. I'm
hey,
back. How's Nobby?
a little shrunk right now because it's cold, but
I'll need to put Nobby's hat back on. There we go. Put Nobby's hat back. There we go. There we go.
Christopher.
Jenny gets excited when I put this on. Your next door neighbour. What?
Jules.
Oh, right. There you go. Hiya, Jules. It's good to see you.
I just popped
But
on Facebook to take a look.
no, honestly, this house is haunted. I ken that for a fact. It's been haunted for years. Everybody kens about this house, the ghost in this house.
Maybe you should start putting up cameras in your room.
Nah. See the thing is, there could be 25 ghosts. There could be 50 ghosts come into my room at night, right? But I wear one of the things that go out your eyes, and I wear industrial earplugs.
How do you? It's like, okay, maybe they're trying to screw with you when you're all plugged up. Get some cameras going, man. You want to save up your money? Waste your money on an Xbox? Get some fucking cameras.
I'm saving my money this year. I'm saving my money for a holiday somewhere, but you know,
Ireland.
But how tipping a marlin to there? Tipping a marlin. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Jenna.
take you the type for Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms are good. I've not had any Lucky Charms in ages. They're bloody expensive. Getting, can you how much it is over here for a box of Lucky Charms? You're talking about $6 or $7.
It's going to be a lot like that over here too.
Which is horrendous, you know. Which is crazy. I mean, this village I stay in is quite haunted. I ken that. There's a lot of dodgy places, get what I mean, where the ghosts are meant to have been seen and stuff that.
I just had a random thought.
What?
Going into ETs, right? Speaking of Lucky Charms.
Hey.
All right, did you know that if you set out Lucky Charms and an ant gets on it, the other ants will treat it like it's a dead body and put it in a graveyard?
Aye, because Lucky Charms have actually got the same ingredient as weed killer in it.
They have a very similar chemical to what ants actually secrete during their last moments of life to let other ants know, hey, this is a dead body, you need to get rid of it. Ants make their own graveyards. Here's what I just thought. Say, all right, you hear the reports of like the ant people, right? The ant aliens. What would happen if we threw Lucky Charms on them?
Don't know.
Would it have the same effect?
Actually, I don't know. That's an interesting thing. But here's an actually interesting thing: is see the Lucky Charms cereals. They taste amazing, right? Ended in the chat that likes sugar, right? They taste amazing, but see when you find out what's in them, there's the same ingredients that's in them is used in. Is it Weedall? I think it's Weedall.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually extremely bad for you. What's that? Emerald Isles Paranormal there. I'll bring it up. There you go. Dakota, when are you coming to Ireland with Chris? Do you a Bald and Bonkers on Ireland tour? See, that's the thing. Why don't you come out and go to Ireland with me?
I don't have the funds, man.
Oh, tipping the ballot there.
Which reminds me, I'm gonna have to renew my passport here soon.
That I've sent away for my passport. I've half filled in the form. I need to fill the rest in tomorrow.
No, I need to get
the carry on. What the carry on to get a passport? Get it. What do you need to get your first passport? I'll tell you the bother I had getting a passport. I'm doing it online because if you do it online, it's like maybe like 15 quid cheaper, right? But I have to go for a meeting to prove that I'm not a terrorist. It's not as if I'm going to walk into the building dressed as an Islamic terrorist or something with hundreds of sausages strapped in my waist. Get what I mean? But I've actually got to go and prove that I'm British. It's flipping ridiculous. See, if I'd been born in if I'd been born in 1987, I wouldn't need to go for an interview. But because I was born in 1981, I have to get in for an interview. That's what I get told today. I don't understand
Really?
it. I don't understand it. Nah, I don't understand it. I don't know. But there you go.
I just
It's
learned
that there.
something.
We will
Wow.
do a GoFundMe in Bald and Bonkers Island tour. I think that'd be awesome. Aye, we could take it. Is it the bloody chapel and all that, and we could tie up Dakota, you know, turn the lights off. We'll be back soon.
We go from village people to bondage. What the hell's up with you, man?
There's nothing wrong with the village people. The village people are great. Honestly, the village people are brilliant. There's a lot of people in the chat
That's
there
the
that like
part
the village people.
you're offended at? God, you're turning it into woke culture.
But I don't know. But I think we should do something like that because it'd be great if you could come out at the same time as I went out of the island.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that dear. You get economy. You get economy plus or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like,
for fuck's sake, I can't fit on that.
You'll be fine. You just need to stick your legs out like something. You'll be fine. It's only how many years is it?
Stewardess usually feel bad for
25
me.
years or something. It's kind of. This is amazing. By the way, I found out I can fly from Glasgow to Dublin for 45 quid, and it takes 1 hour.
No, let's see. Well, I had to probably end up with the layover, but it took when I went over it was about a 8-hour flight once we left the States.
Well, there you go. I mean, not bad. I mean, you only need to just sit for 8 hours. It'll be fine. Take something to help you sleep. What?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What's that? The red lady can have you. There you go. There's Jenny saying the
red-headed
lady can have you.
That wasn't Jenny. That was Lulu.
No, it's not Jenny. Sorry, I'm going Lulu. Sorry, I'm going mad. You know. But the red lady can have her way with you, Dakota. You know. Yeah, I think it'd be awesome. I would like. We could have a pint of Guinness and we could do a live in the pub next to a crackling fire. We could interview Jenny, Louise, and Niall. Emerald Isle's Paranormal. We could interview them in the pub. A Bald and Bonkers special. Lovely Guinness.
That would
my brother would be sitting thinking
that would be kind of cool to get to do. But, you know. We'll see what the future holds.
We'll see what we can do. But look, there's loads of things coming up this year. There's loads of places I want to go. I want to go to Rosslyn Chapel.
That would be cool.
Rosslyn Chapel's meant to be amazing. I've actually got something to tell you, Jenny, but I'll tell you after the show. It's somebody I was talking to about a location for you to go to another location in Scotland that I've managed to worm my way into. But I'll maybe let. But no, but here's the thing: I was going to let Jenny date with her team because it'll be the first time ever it's ever been done. So I'll tell you what it is after the show.
All right.
You're better getting experienced ghost hunters into this kind of thing, you know. I'm good at finding places.
Yeah. I'll give you that. You pulled some good ones out of your ass.
That's it. What did you think of Leonard Lowe last night?
He was interesting. He was interesting.
You were like that. You were looking for the third nipple when he was talking about witches.
Hey, I've actually had relatives that were burned as witches. So
was it no the guy with James Bond? Was it Scaramanga? Did you know have like a nipple in his back? James Bond, we're going to help us here. Some of the older people in here, the same age as me. James Bond, Scaramanga, had a third nipple. I think it was the guy with the golden gun.
Which Bond was that?
The guy with the golden gun. The guy, Christopher Lee. The guy.
Oh,
Christopher Lee. No. But I think, I've actually found some absolutely amazing places in Scotland, but which I'm not talking about the new. You need a vehicle to get to them anyway, so. But I found some absolutely stunning places, but I'm going to share that with Emerald Isles Paranormal and whatever. But there you go.
Alright.
So
I don't know. We
what's
should probably
happening
get
this?
Emerald Isle. We should probably get Emerald Isle and Bonkers TV so that way they can maximize
Yes.
their reach, man.
Jenny, we need to get you in Bonkers TV. Dakota will probably message you about that if you want.
Yeah, no,
Here,
that'd be interesting.
what you've got a show this week? Have you no, it's the 14th of February. Your new series starts, isn't it?
Well, there's a special coming together for that for Valentine's Day. We're also going to be, if everything goes out, we're going to be testing our streaming platform distribution as well for it.
That's good.
And
That's
trust
good.
me, those of you who've been following France and Files, this one's going to have a surprise for you.
So there you go.
Someone's coming forward. That
somebody's coming.
Someone's coming forward that hasn't been allowed to speak before, but we found a workaround.
That'll be interesting. That will be just when we're getting Elena back next. We need Elena, if you're watching this, we need to get you back on the show. So
Elena has an open invite, but I know her and Danny are both been on the road lately. So
yeah,
Elena's in the conference circuit.
Yeah, she's a busy woman. She's a busy woman. I mean, if this thing could be in this sense, if we went out to Ireland, Dakota, we could arrange we meeting up with Elena. Yeah, a show there.
Yeah. Be nice to actually get a fucking picture with her instead of what happened to Orlando. God. But you know, speaking of UFOs, I know we're getting close to the end of the show, but did you hear that we have a possible new date for something big about to happen in March?
No. What's March?
In March. Allegedly. Keyword, allegedly. The big reveal is going to start coming around March 21st.
Oh, well.
Allegedly. Keyword,
I hope it comes
allegedly.
with the Medipods. I want the Medipods.
Yeah. Hey, I'm hoping that they got a big and tall version so I can fit.
We'll get two of them together. We'll put your front end in one and the other one at the bottom. Just jam them together and turn them on, you know?
What would happen if they were to chop off my legs, put my legs in one end and the rest of my torso in the other?
Yeah, we'd all chip in and buy
me.
Yeah, but we'd all chip in and buy a wheelchair. Dots could push you about.
Oh, poor Dots.
Right.
Definitely get his workout.
Ladies and gentlemen, look, I'm dead for Jenny. You know, she likes this wig. What is it? Elton John in the conspiracy world. I think it look lovely. See, when I'll put it on right, it's bloody hot.
Yeah, sure. Not like we told all about what that's about.
Laughing their head off.
Balding backwards. What the fuck?
I think honestly, by the way,
yeah,
honestly, I'll tell you something new. By the way, it's 100% nylon. It's lovely, but it's bloody warm. It saves you a fortune in electricity. That's because it keep you warm all day.
Yeah, that's what happened when I was wearing my long-haired wig for my Halloween costume one year. Thank God I was having to work freezers because I worked.
I tell you what, if I ever come to America, I'm going to come off the plane with this one.
God.
Hey, the new. I look like a mad. What do you call it? Elton John. I need a pair of big flashy glasses.
I think Elton would actually be quite offended.
What's that? Simply Alan. So there's Alan in the chat there. I'm telling you, Alan wants a show to this wig. I might, when I go to walk the more, I'm going to maybe give him what do you call it? A show to the wig because I need to do a Chris and Alan show. Very itchy. Very itchy. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's lovely. Was it Candle? What's the song that Elton John done? What is it? Candle in the Wind? For Princess Diana. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Was that for Diana? I didn't know.
When Princess Diana's funeral, Elton John did a song called Candle in the Wind.
Yes, I got to realize Princess Diana, that was roughly about just shortly after I was born, so.
No, that's right. He's just a Barbie. You wouldn't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. He's just a wee Barbie. And please consider becoming a member of this channel because it's only 99p or 99 cents. Isn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna have
Right.
more Bald and Bonkers Network Academy classes up soon. So
There you go. If you want to learn stuff about computers and how to stream yourself,
how to stream. We have business classes. We're gonna have some on AI. Thinking maybe we'll do one to help people go into independent publishing to maximize themselves, but we'll see.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we will see. What's it? Well, you're like 14 or something. Thank you. Let's see. See, I look young. See, Pete, you need something. I'm going to watch one of Mike's the naked videos tonight. I'm going to watch, guys. Watch one of Mike's the the naked Bigfoot's videos tonight. Let's watch it all together. But I look. What you call it? Young, you know. Yeah, pose there. Oh, maybe he was talking about you. You're 14, too. It could be you.
I'm 28.
You're 28. We can find you a chick
What,
out there.
speaking of,
I'm sure
I
there's
don't
one
know.
in old folks' home somewhere. But what's
Speaking
that?
of which, how the fuck old is Pete, by the way? Because I'm still curious after we had out
Pete,
there on.
I'm betting Pete is round about 26, 27. Pete, what are you? 26, 27. I can tell. I'm using my psychic energies.
He does have kind of that attitude about him. But anyway.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, catch you all very soon. Dakota, take it away, man.
Anyway, much love. Take care. See you on the flip side.
This is